Okay, we're almost ready to go live with our webinar. Just a last check. Let me see, recording, resume recording. I'm going to share my PowerPoint presentation. Let me see, desktop one. So just let's last check again. My life. Yeah. Okay, so welcome to the webinar on HR processes. My name is Peter Herku, and today we are going to talk about how to fix your broken HR human resource processes. Let me set it straight. So, as I said, my name is Peter Herku, and I'm an expert in continuous improvement of processes, also HR human resource processes. I wrote a book about the way I work, the way how I improve processes. It's called Profitable Empowerment. I also created a special project management software to help you in your work. It's called HerkuLess. So HerkuLess. And HerkuTrack is another software that can help you collect data from customer feedback or employee feedback or feedback from volunteers to improve their satisfaction. And lastly, I provide you also with online training on lean6sigmabelts.com, where you can get yellow, green or black belt in continuous improvement. I've been doing this for past 13 years, helping companies to improve efficiency, quality, and reduce their business expenses. And now I try to help you with the same knowledge. So what are we going to learn today in this presentation? One important thing is to find I will help you to find the most important bottlenecks that you can improve in your human resource processes. And by doing so, I'll show you how to reduce overall workload, because HR is loaded with work. You cannot do it alone, so I want to help you and show it to you how you can do it together with your HR team, how you can get them fired up so that you can work together on creating your culture of continuous improvement in HR department, but also in the rest of the company. At the end, it's a new approach that I want to show you, that you can approach your HR process and you can better serve your stakeholders, your customers, like your internal customers, your colleagues, the managers, and new employees. So I give you some practical tips that you can use, but also how to execute on your strategies with your HR team immediately, and give you some bonus at the end. If you stay with me, I give you some very interesting bonus extras that you will really like if you stay until the end of this presentation. So why is this important to you now, to learn about how you can fix your HR processes, how you can improve it, how you can make it faster and better? Why is it important now? Because every organization that I see approaches HR on the wrong way. It's really dead wrong how we approach HR and how we work in general. We are coming to our job every day and we finish our tasks and we go home. And that's mainly it is. We accomplishing the tasks, and that's our work. And I want to show you that it should be something else. On the other hand, human resources plays a crucial role in the success of every company. So the way HR is organized, the way HR approaches their objections and their crucial role, it's really important for the rest of the company. So if HR stays traditional, working as they always done, it will reflect on the whole company, and not only now but also in the future. Third point that makes it very important to learn the new approach for HR now is that HR teams are overwhelmed with a lot of work. Organizations need new employees, they need new hires, and it's getting more and more difficult to find those people. So, and if they are found, if they are selected and contracted, they need to be onboarded, trained for the job, and motivated to stay trained during their career, moving to next jobs, next functions within the company. So that puts tremendous pressure on HR teams, and they should cope with the workload. In this presentation, I will help you to cope with the workload, to see how you can do it in another way, in a better way. HR evolves like technology, so it should not be treated like something which is in concrete and not changing. No, the technology changes, what we use in the business changes, the tools we use, the methodologies we use. So HR should also be a dynamic entity with the company, therefore should change as well. Like you are not using iPhone 3 anymore. You are using 11 plus, whatever iPhone is. So it changes rapidly. That's why your HR processes should change and evolve by time as well. Today I will help you to make that step. The big question is this for you? Is this presentation that I'm showing you now, is it worthy for you? If you are an HR director, HR manager, or vice president of HR, and you are seeking a higher HR efficiency, then it's definitely for you. If you are an HR professional within a team that wants to learn how to improve your own area of expertise, improve the process you are involved in and you are responsible for, then it will also increase your career opportunity, then it's definitely for you to stay with me during this presentation. In general, if you want to improve your output, your work, you are not satisfied with only completing your tasks every day and go home and start over again, but you want to excel, you want to really step outside of your peers and deliver much better results and able to improve on it day by day, week by week, then it's really for you. So stay with me. If you already have a certification in an improvement method like Six Sigma, or you don't have it yet but you would like to get, for example, a green belt level, then I can only welcome you today. If you have major inefficiencies, so you are maybe a business owner or a director, managing director, and you see that in your company mistakes are made. There are many inefficiencies, waiting, searching time, dissatisfied employees, managers, unmotivation, or new candidates, new hires that leave your company within a month or a few months, then you have issues that you could solve with the tools and the strategy I will show you today. So you are at the right place. This approach will help you to excite your team, to motivate your team. And so if you are struggling, how you could motivate your team to change, how you could move them, how you could help them, show them different approaches in their work, then many times it's very hard to achieve any kind of motivation or interest in a new way, new approach. Today I will help you to see that there are possibilities that you could use tomorrow at your company, and will help you to convince your employees to change their ways, how they approach their work. So if you want to invest in your career, invest in your business, invest in your future, then it's a must that you should stay with me and watch this presentation. It's no magic pill I have to sell. I have to say to you, it's nothing magical. It's a work. It's hard work. What I will show you. Don't expect to do nothing and still succeed, because you will fail. So again, it's work, and you have to put work in it to succeed. What I will show you here is not a one-time hit. So it's not like you start, finish, and ready, and you can forget it. I will show you the continuous improvement. So how you can do it in your HR function better tomorrow, next week, next month, continuously. I am an expert in processes, so I will not pretend that I'm really knowing every ins and outs of every HR function and every HR job. No, but I approach human resources as a process, and that's where I'm expert in. If you say that's the way we work here, then this presentation will not help you. It only helps if you are open to ideas and new ways of approaching your work. The results I got with this approach is not typical. It's in your hands what you do with it, and your results depend on your ability to apply it once and continuously. But don't be afraid. I know your situation. I have been there. I have a technical background, so I'm not an HR expert and even not expert. I've studied chemistry, so I was not a process expert from the beginning. After that, I worked in finance and different industries like chemical industry, oil industry, finance, maintenance industry. So I had very different experiences, and I also had my teams there, and I didn't know how I could help them. I was stuck. I made my mistakes many times in my jobs and in my processes, and also trying to motivate my team. I had many mistakes until finally I learned something about how to do it differently. Until then, I tried to improve the processes of my employees, of my team, because I thought I'm their manager, so they should learn it from me. I should help them and tell them how they could improve their work, what they have to do differently, and I didn't involve them. So that was one of the biggest mistakes. I didn't speak their language either. And what I mean by that is that I had a good education, but I was a manager from the desk. Behind my desk, I dreamed and I visualized new way of working and new processes that in a welding shop they should follow, or in the stock in inventory management they should follow, or in finance, or my accounting team should follow. But I didn't speak their daily problems. I was not connected with them. I made decisions over their head and over their work, although I didn't know the details. I didn't know which problems do they really encounter every day. So these mistakes probably you have also made. So biggest thing was that I didn't involve them. I've been doing differently in the last 13 years, and I've done fixing processes also in HR environment. I've worked in several industries, as I said, and I've combined what I've learned so that you can save at least my 10 years of experience. I'm dedicated to replicating my success in all kinds of industries, and I can share my expertise to like-minded professionals like you. And I share this with you with two things in mind. I want to help you to solve your operational problems in HR, and I also want to give you my Lean Six Sigma Green Belt certification. If you do that, that would prove that you are able to solve your own operational problems in a very practical, efficient way, using a method that I have really hand-picked and selected only the most effective tools from Lean Six Sigma. So my turning point was in my job, in my past careers, is that I had an average performance, and I realized that I had only limited impact on the business, although I had good position. I was financial manager in different companies. I had chemical engineering background. I also had MBA, Master of Business Administration to my name. Still, I was not really satisfied with the impact I had on the business. And I also realized that I needed a team around me, not only to report to me, but to work together with me, so that I can help them, I can support them, I can facilitate their work in a way that they are also enjoying, and they can improve their own situations with my support. I have the second big turning point in my career when I was working at a company that went almost bankrupt. Actually, I was working at another subsidiary of this machine builder, and a subsidiary a few 100 kilometers away was in bad financial position and went almost bankrupt, and they appointed a new director there, and I joined them to help them get out of this financial mess they were in. And this new director applied a different approach to change the situation there. And that's where that changed my life, to see him doing something that I've never seen before, applying a very practical, down-to-earth process improvement tool in a way that changed my whole career and changed the future of this nearly bankrupt company as well. And I could see with my own eyes, and I could experience that there was a way to get the team empowered, that the data and facts were much more stronger used than my own opinions or feelings of others, that processes are everywhere. So even if I talk about HR or administration or production or design, it's all processes, because we repeat certain steps in a certain way that delivers an output, and that's actually the process, and that we can all work on them to make it better and better, not only for us but mainly for the customer, and we will enjoy it as well. What I also could see is that you can make little steps every day instead of big jumps, and the best is to get both together, to have some really important big projects that can make a big jump in performance, to have the company to reduce mistakes significantly, to speed up certain processes really dramatically and reduce the costs at the end. And besides that are every day there are possibilities to make the product, the service you deliver, and how you work better and better. Those are the little steps. So you need both. At the end of my career at this company with the new managing director, resulted in my own training of Lean Six Sigma. That's the method the director used, and I gained my certification as a black belt. And again, there was a turning point after I got my certificate, because I went to a very prestigious training school on Lean Six Sigma, and I got 5 weeks of training, and at the end I was overwhelmed with lots of tools, with lots of techniques, full of statistics that I really couldn't really use with HR employees or welders or district nurses later in my career, because it was just too difficult, just too high level. So I also used all kind of tools like Minitab, statistical software, of course Microsoft Excel, Microsoft Projects, and all kind of software that are not always very known and definitely not widely used at companies where I was working later as a consultant. So these were some bottlenecks in my situation. So what I needed at the end is a practical, easy to use solution for process improvement that I can use in human resources, I can use at a welding shop, I can use in manufacturing, I can use it in healthcare with district nurses, or at a patient registration department, or at invoicing, wherever, doesn't matter. But everybody should be able to participate together with me, helping them and improving their own processes. So that's why I came to my own version of Lean Six Sigma. I call it 80-20 Lean Six Sigma because I only use 20% of the most effective tools from Lean Six Sigma, which is a huge method, perfect method that is coming from lean manufacturing, and Six Sigma is a kind of combination of these two excellent methods to change culture, to change how we work. But you know, this is a big stuff. It's complex. Originally, lean and Six Sigma is coming from mass production with a lot of data, a lot of numbers. And in many companies, we don't have the luxury of those huge data availability. So that's why I was looking for most effective tools. And I was also looking for the tools that do not require statistical knowledge, so that everyone without formal education can participate in any improvement project. And I also realized that software will help to do projects, help to speed up projects, and providing also an overview for managers or CEOs or chief operational officers. So software is required, but not to do the statistical work. That's why I created HerkuLess. So if you go to HerkuLess.com, HerkuLess.com, that's where I've created my own software where you can complete your project and enter some data, and you do not have to worry about statistics. All graphs are made automatically. The steps that you need to follow, solve a problem, is pre-programmed for you, so you don't have to think about, what is my next step? No, it's all there. And you can use it, you can document your projects there, and you can do your analysis there. And at the end, of course, we focus on culture change in a measurable way. Why is culture change? Because it's all aiming to a situation in the future where everybody in your team and in your company will look at their work in a totally different way. They will look at how can I improve what I deliver today to my customer? How can I improve it? Who are my customers? What do they want in terms of quality, in terms of timeliness, in terms of costs? Um, what, where do I miss the point? Where is my biggest gap? Is it the quality I deliver? Okay, how can I improve it? Who do I need to help me with this? And how can I measure the situation? How can I analyze it together with my teams? How can I identify countermeasures, so improvement actions that I can take tomorrow to change my output, to improve my output? If you do this not only in HR, but all over within the company, every department, every team, everywhere, then your company is really changing the way how they react on situations, how they solve their problems for the sake of the customer and for the sake of the employees, and at the end for the sake of the whole organization. So that's why we work on culture change. Continuous improvement is the way you change the company culture, and I will provide you with practical tools to achieve it. Quickly, I touched this already. I was working in manufacturing, healthcare, finance, maintenance, in primary processes like production, service delivery, but also in secondary or supportive processes like HR, finance, administration, IT, facility management. And I've done this all over in Europe, but also in North America, Asia, and Africa. And what you can expect from improvements is between 20 to 75% improvement, depending on what our key performance indicator is for the project. Concerning HR, to make it more specific to you, what I see, I come in many HR departments and I work together with them. They are dedicated, they are people focused. But they also have a limited process insights. So employees, team members in HR departments are more people focused, less focused on data and facts, and they are not used to look at their work from the process point of view. So that is something missing, and they are not used, definitely not used to measure data, to collect data and analyze data about their work in general. And this people orientation creates even more pressure on their work, because they would like to do it well for the business, for their business partners, for managers, and for the new employees and employees in general. So that there are expectations against HR, and that creates, of course, pressure. And if you are not able to look at how you work, you are not able to see the process that you follow. You are not used to identify the bottlenecks in your process that causing you mistakes, that causing you delays, that causing you long lead times. Then it creates extra workload, extra pressure on the HR employees. That's the high workload. So the biggest, what I would like to give to you is to look at your processes in the way that is linked with each other, and that one step should feed back to the prior step. So for example, if you take the main steps within HR processes, it starts with the demand generation. So a manager needs a new employee. So then your HR team is starting to to collecting, to publishing the vacant position. So you start the recruitment process, and then you get new candidates. That's the starting the inflow, where you recruit new employees, you select them, and you appoint them for a certain position. So that's when they come into your business, and then you onboard them and you train them, you develop them during their career, and at some point they leave the company, whether it's you have to lay off them or they leave themselves voluntarily, and you have an exit interview with them. The problem, what I see with HR process, is that there is insufficient feedback from one step to the other. For example, the recruitment part, it's really how you set up your processes concerning recruitment, and whom you get as a possible candidate. It's very much determined by the first step, how you create your vacancy position, where you publish it, what's in this article, what is it in the description, what process are you describing there already, what are you expecting from the reader of this ad that you have created for a new position. So when you are realizing that you get people in that are not very well known of the position, they don't know what you are expecting them, they don't follow the process that you have described in your vacancy ad, job description, then you should feed it back to the first step. So you should change the way you change your text, change your description, change the description of your process that you are going to follow during your recruitment process. And that's also true for onboarding, for example. If you have, I see a problem that people leave company even in their trial period, in the first few months already, because onboarding maybe is not very well organized, and that is a big issue that you need to solve, because even your recruitment team works very hard to find the right people and to get them contracted. If you miss out on the preparation of the first day, or you miss out on the onboarding and training of the new employees, then they will leave you much too early. So you can start the whole process again, and this is very costly. So it's a big issue that you should look at your total process and try to feed back the learnings that you have, the situation, the results that you are experiencing into the prior steps, so that they are all linked with each other. Things that go wrong has to do with time. For example, too late, takes too much time, or it's about quality. You are not getting the right people, not the right qualifications, or the information is not complete, not correct, that you provide, or what you get from during this HR process, or it costs too much effort and expense, too much manpower to fulfill those HR steps. So this is where you have to look at your bottlenecks. There you will find. It takes too much time, or it's very not easily predictable when the process is completed or a sub-process. The quality is not good. It's not what you expect, not what your manager or the business expects, or it's too complex, too much, costs too much effort, too much manpower involvement to complete. So those are your indicators that you need to improve your processes within HR. How can I help you with it? So I can help you reduce the workload because I can help you find your bottlenecks. I can help you to really laser focus on what is going wrong, and I can help you solve that so that people will enjoy their work more. Nobody likes correcting mistakes. Nobody likes waiting for some answer within the company to be able to move forward. Everyone would like to have less time and effort involved in their work so that they can enjoy it more, so that it flows much easier. And I can help you to involve your team so that they can be part of the solution, part of the improvement, and they're therefore getting their control back about their work, about their output. And what is very important, that you learn how to serve your customers better every day. So HR team learns to look at the employees of the company, look at the business managers as a customer, and they will learn how to serve them better and better. So here is how to do it. Whether you need me to help you or you don't want to work with me, that's also fine. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you as a team, HR team, and later as a whole company, you need to have a practical process improvement method in hand. You haven't learned it in the schools, not in the university. You don't learn this anywhere. So it's time to learn, to take a practical method, whether it's lean manufacturing or Six Sigma or Lean Six Sigma or Kaizen, whatever it is, but you need a process improvement method and you have to apply it. How you learn it, how you apply it is by selecting a limited number of processes that you will focus on to improve it. For example, if you say, I will work on recruitment, that's our bottleneck, that costs us too much time, delivers not the right candidates. So you will focus your improvement efforts on improving the first step in the HR process, recruitment. And you do it in a project setting, which means that you have to have a certain project team together, and doesn't mean that only HR employees there, definitely not. You need people from business, maybe a recent new hire that you are just contracted, definitely people from HR, so you need a project team to work on this. Every HR team member should dedicate then at least 2 hours per week to work on those improvement projects. So it's not only enough to select a method, to go to a training and learn it. You will learn only the theoretical part. No, you also have to implement it, use it in your company and your HR team. and therefore you should set aside 2 hours from your job, spending working on the business, and not only fulfilling your tasks, completing your tasks. Now, for example, recruitment, you have a project team, you are part of the project team, so you will spend about 2 hours every week applying this improvement method. And during your, I hope you have a monthly team meeting, you will report and discuss the progress that you are making. And you keep on doing this all over again. Maybe next time it's not recruitment, but it's onboarding that you need to improve, or training, or how you better execute your exit interviews, because you do it just for the sake of doing it, but it doesn't feed back to the whole HR process, so it doesn't give you enough information on where should you improve the company. So maybe it's your next project. Okay, let's look at HR processes and how you do it. So again, you select a project. You select first a problem that you want to solve, want to improve. It takes you too much time, too much effort, doesn't deliver the right quality. So you select that as a project, you assemble a team around it, and team should consist of people who know the problem, they experience it maybe daily. So you need such team there, max 5 people, not more. And you apply a Lean Six Sigma method, for example, or Kaizen or Six Sigma, doesn't really matter, but you apply it step by step, and you learn from it, because you will make mistakes, and you share knowledge, you share progress with your team. As an improvement method, this is my choice, and this is what I use at companies and organizations. I follow this structure at every project, whether it's improving recruitment, whether it's reducing early exit of new employees, or whether it's improving exit interviews, or improving the onboarding process. Always follow the same steps, these 5-1. Define the problem, measure the problem, analyze the situation, find the right improvement activities, countermeasures to solve this problem, measure again, and control the situation. This is the tools that I use within each phase, and this is what I'm referring as 80-20 Lean Six Sigma, because that's really only selected tools from the huge arsenal of tools from Lean Six Sigma that I use. It's even less than 20% of the total tools, but still helping you solve 80% of your operational problems. So if only you take this with you from the whole webinar, will pay you thousands and thousands of euros and dollars every month. So what we do is we set up a project charter where we define the problem, where we describe it, where we describe our objective that we would like to achieve. And we do it with the help of process flowchart, where we describe the current process that is delivering the problem. And we also look at the customer requirements. Who are the stakeholders of this process that we want to improve, and what are their requirements? When are they satisfied? We collect data on this problem to have our baseline data, and we also investigate whether the data is representative and correct, or do we have big mistakes and variation caused by the way we collect the data. So that's called measurement system analysis. Then we brainstorm, we do a cause and effect analysis with the project team, and finding the main causes of our current baseline instead of our target level. From those causes we select only the most important one that we could also describe using Pareto chart that will help us create our countermeasures that we would like to execute on in the improve phase, and we keep on measuring to see whether our actions really help to improve the situation. We also sometimes, not every time, find regression or correlation between different factors that could help in the process. And we use 5S, not always, but many situations are good to improve the housekeeping, for example, or the way we are organized, our workplace is organized, or files or email inbox are organized. We use 5S to create operational excellence there. If our countermeasures prove to be effective, looking at our new data, then we create a control plan where we summarize actually what we have done, and we summarize what we will keep on doing in the future to make sure that improvement is not going back, not getting worse, but actually getting better and better. We also monitor it, and in many situations we would like to roll out the improvement that we achieved on other part of the business, and that's where we use the mitigation plan and we hand over the whole process to the process owner. If you want to do this for your HR team, then I encourage you to go to herku.com/hr-gb because I have a possibility there for you that we can work together and improve your HR bottlenecks. What kind of HR projects could you think of? I've experience with reducing lead time in recruitment, so the time you need starting from publishing your vacant position until you contract the new hire. So the time you need for that, it's a lead time, it's called. We can work on it to shorten it, so you can have your candidates, the right candidate, faster. Another project that I've done many times is how to improve on onboarding, and I distinguish between how to prepare well for the first day of the new hire. What I see in companies that finally they have the new hire and then she comes to work and not everything is well organized for her or for him. Maybe he doesn't have a laptop, he doesn't have the right accounts, doesn't have access to certain software or certain menu in the software. Maybe she or he doesn't have a key to enter a certain room, whatever. It's not well organized, so that's a project that I like to do, very I've done many times over with success. Very typical HR project is reducing illness rate in the company. It's a big project, not an easy one, and it results in many sub-projects, but it's an important one. So you could consider as your HR project. Improving training the new employees, so when you have hired a new person and you onboard it, then you should want to train him or her for his new position. How you do it? What I see at many companies that they don't have time for it. So maybe 1 or 2 days this new employee joins a senior employee, and then off she goes. He or she has to figure it out. So it's just in a deep sea. Increase employee satisfaction is another very good Lean Six Sigma project for HR teams. Improving resource planning, scheduling, improving exit interviews. So those are the typical HR projects that you could think of in your organization to start Lean Six Sigma. So if I would like to draw a conclusion now, HR processes needs to be involved, HR needs to evolve with the technology, with the business, and needs to serve their customers better. HR is a crucial process because it all starts with HR. Without employees, everything is stopped. So HR needs to evolve and become more and more efficient as an entity. And you can perfectly use Lean Six Sigma to improve your bottleneck HR processes. You could think and ask yourself, okay, but how can I do it? If you are someone who is responsible for HR, or you are part of such process, you might wondering how can you implement all these tactics and strategies I just showed you. Because it works. I've experience, I have results on it, that it works. Okay, I will show you that I don't want to sell something that you don't want or doesn't work for you, but I really truly can help you. And if it's not right for you, so then I don't want to. I don't want you to join me. What I got for you to consider is I have a training specially designed for HR functions, and it consists of 12 weeks of coaching and training together with me. I give you an online training platform, so online training where you can, at green belt level, that's a project manager level, you will learn with videos and downloadable tools how you can set up your project and how you can execute an improvement project within HR. I will give you live coaching weekly that can discuss your progress, what you have learned and what you have achieved with the tools and the training that I have provided you, and what your next steps should be. You will be able to network with like-minded people and like-minded HR professionals who are really ambitious and want to improve their work. And I will give you, during this 12 weeks, I will give you access to HerkuLess project management software, so you don't have to think of administrating in Excel or Word or whatever, all in one place. HerkuLess, it's an online application, online software, and HerkuTrack when you need, for example, in case of collecting feedback from employees, collecting feedback from stakeholders, then you can really automate that, and you can easily monitor the feedback and analyze the feedback that you could use as a metric for your project. When you achieve this, when you use these tools and you really significantly improve the process that you have worked on, then you will get a Six Sigma certificate, Lean Six Sigma certification on the green belt level. So in this 12 weeks, you will learn how to solve process problems. You will improve how you work as a team together. So your people skills will be also improved because you will do it with a small team, not on your own. You will of course have some resistance to handle, and I will help you how to handle those resistance. And at the end, you will create an efficient HR process and the first step in creating your state-of-the-art organization as well. So I would like you to go to herku.com/HR-GB. So again, Herku, HerkuHR.com/HR-GB. And there you can sign up for this 12-week training. And if you implement, you will get great results. And this is an offering that because you stayed so long with me, I offer this 12-week for $998 only. And imagine when you apply this with me, I help you to solve problems in your HR processes that will save you time, save you headache, will improve the morale of your team. So then it's €900 is not a big investment at all. And here is why you should do it now, because I will work so closely with you. There are only limited seats available, otherwise I can't work so closely with you on your projects. If you come in and join the program now, I will give you additional $500 value bonuses. And I plan to start with the team, with your first applicants coming day. So you have to be quickly, otherwise the seats will fill up. So that's another reason for you to go to herku.com/HRGB. And I will close the application at Sunday midnight Eastern time, so that I can have some preparation starting with a group. Price will go up with $1,000 to $1,998 soon. For now, it's $998. So take this price cut, take this opportunity, and go to herku.com/HR-GB. It's a safe decision. Why? Because we will have our first meeting together using Zoom. And if you say after this meeting it doesn't help you, doesn't give you enough improvement possibilities, it will not help you improve your HR processes, no problems, I will give you your investment back, so that your $998, you get it back from me, plus you get $100 extra because I have given you something that it's not good for you. So just to ease your pain, I will give you $100 extra back. If you say after the first session, it's never happened to me, but just in case, this is my more than 100% value back guarantee, money back guarantee. So it's a very safe decision to join herku.com/HR-GB. So thank you very much for joining me today, and I hope you liked it. I hope you can see that HR is a very important part of the business, of every business, that needs attention. Processes are involving many stakeholders within a company. Not only those processes need attention, and you need something in hand like Lean Six Sigma that you can apply, you can use it in your process to improve your process. You have to have dedicated time for it. That's why we will do it every week. We'll come together on Zoom and we'll discuss your progress, see what your next step is, and step by step you will solve big problems that could exist years after years in a company. So I would like to invite you, go now to herku.com/HR-GB and join the team, join this program that we will start coming Monday. Thank you very much.